Hey, I'm Tishi and this is Spintires. Now, as I mentioned before, I wanted to use this game as a blog so that people have at least something more something more interesting to look at other than my face. And for this, I have chosen Spintires since it's actually a delightful game. Which I enjoy and usually can talk through without too many distractions. That is, if I don't get myself stuck. Anyway, one thing that's been on my mind recently is the failure of actually getting the videos I had promised, meaning once a workday, out to you. One of the things that happened last weekend is a weekend that I had some downtime, so to speak. This downtime basically came from a rough ending of the weekend. I had a lovely weekend in Germany with a good friend of mine, and the weekend itself was lovely. But Sunday evening, when me and my girlfriend were about to go home, or driving home, somewhere along the autobahn of my car, my exhaust popped off. And when it popped off, it made a shit ton of noise, which wasn't very comforting. But also it made sure of it that I was not able to get home on Sunday evening, Sunday night. So I had to call the what they call the ADAC. I'm not sure what it is comparable in other countries, but basically it is if you break down with your car, you can call them. They will come out with a little car, see if they can fix it beside the road, and if they cannot, well, then they tow you off to a garage, which is exactly what happened. Basically, the exhaust popped off after the first muffler. No worries, the car's fine. Somewhat. I'm fine, my girlfriend's fine, we're all fine. It was a little bit of stress, but we survived through it. And the weld between the middle muffler and the exhaust pipe actually popped off. Just broke off and left something hanging that was actually quite dangerous to drive with. If you have like this the front of the car pointing like that way, the actual end was here, then it broke off here, and this would be the muffler, and it was just hanging like this. So if I would drive and it would catch on this end, it would mean I do a little bit of pole vaulting with my car. Generally speaking, pole vaulting with a car is not a sport that you should try out. It's not something you want to do. I know they did a Mythbusters with it, but it's not quite safe to do on the highway. So to avoid that, we called the car insurance guys, people, and they helped us. There were a little bit of troubles with the language barrier. I don't speak German very well, and well, their English was also about the same as my German. So coming from that, that was already a failed Monday to get you the content. After that, sadly, I have my own little website. I have a little server running at home in which I host my website. And after that, it just died. Or well before that, or somewhere in between, it just broke down. It died. I did not want to start anymore. It generally just went belly up, and that gave me quite a bit of stress as well, pondering what I have to do with it, and basically killing all motivation that I might have had. This leading to more delays in a week where I was also struggling with the last Doom 3 episode, meaning that whatever I planned to do with the Doom 3 episode, it just horribly went wrong. Somehow the encoding of the file messed up. In the messing up of this encoding, it was impossible to edit, and while it was being impossible to edit, it was also giving many problems. So that's why the Doom 3 was very late, and I've been struggling with that for the entire week. So it was not just my server dying. Oh wait, no, the server was later. Either way, stuff happened, stuff broke, and it was generally a bad time. With all that said, I finally had the Doom 3 gone up and running. After that, another weekend came. I think it was last Friday that it came. And in other news, I currently am sort of unemployed. I am unemployed. I still have unemployment benefits, though I do have an on-call contract. So, in a way, I am unemployed, but I am not, if that makes any sense. When they have a job for me, they will call me. And the job is unloading cars from a container ship or a car ship. That there isn't always some car or some ship full with cars for me to unload, or if they have a ship, I'm not always one of the people that they call. So that is actually basically on a call basis. Sometimes it gives me some work, sometimes it does not. It can happen, but it's also meant that sometimes I might have less time to actually make, edit, record videos. But on other news, that means I am making money. And at some point I have to prioritize making money for the bills over making YouTube content. I know it sounds quite harsh and mean, but hey, I still have bills to pay, and my YouTube career isn't that big enough yet. Well, I say yet, but isn't big enough to actually support me in that. I mean, I'm not one of the big names. Let's keep it at that. So at some points I do prioritize working. Today I already had a shift. Actually, this is the end of the day relaxing for me. And yeah, it's gradual. I mean, they have offered me a position where I can get more hours and work 3 to 5 days a week, which is good for getting money. But still, it leaves less time for actually making content and videos. So for that, if I do fail to keep up my schedule, I'm sorry for that, and I will then very soon try to find and figure out a schedule that is actually making sure that I can make it. I do want to continue making YouTube content, and I would actually I would be very sorry if that had to stop because of what I'm doing, or if it ends up with me losing all my weekends in pre-recording videos, in pre-editing and pre-uploading everything, so I can still keep it up. But time will, of course, time will tell if this is actually something doable for me. So all good things come in time. And those actually are the things that have been troubling me most as of late. I really do feel bad for not uploading the content, the videos, especially the last video Doom 3 that it took that long. And I still am thinking of what to do with the 10 subscriber special. I have an idea, but I still need to record it and make fun. Also, I called out to a friend of mine who also did some Let's Plays. Lulu Gaming. Thanks for the tips. I'm really going to try to incorporate them. I'm really going to try to take them at heart and do my best in delivering. I really do want you to know that your advice is appreciated, and I will listen to that. So in that case, that also means the 5-to-1 ratio I'm having on my I had on my Doom 3 videos is going to shift a little bit. I was advised to do maybe 2 videos at most of this particular series, and then just switch it up with something different. And I think I'm going to adhere to that so that people don't get too tired of my Doom videos. But let me know if you guys actually think that you want more of my Doom videos. So let me know. I mean, anyone that wants to give some insights or tips or whatever, they are welcome. And I'm very open to listen to people, because I basically make the content, but you guys have to enjoy it. So if you say, yeah, you know what, it might be better to do indeed the 2-1 ratio, sure, no problem. You know? And it's not meaning that I am going to cater to all of your desires and demands, but it does mean that I'm going to do my best in getting the best content possible for you. Let's see. Logs kiosk is down this path, through the water, over the crossing. All right. Let's take the hard road. I'm probably going to use this level a little bit more. Also, to people that have seen my previous Spintire video, you might have noticed that I have started with a different position, a different truck, and all that stuff. That is entirely correct. As soon as I launched Spintires, it complained that some data was corrupted and basically murdered my save file. So I had to start over again, and to avoid going through the death path with you again, I simply said, you know what, I'm going to start the video at whoa, don't drift. I don't want to drift with the 10-ton truck. And sploosh. So I wanted to spare you that terrible trip. which at this point actually I'm a little bit sorry for, because I had a really nice spot. I tried, instead of going through the curves, I tried going straight down, which ended up poorly. And the poorly ending up is something that I sadly did not record. Oh well. But apart from that, I think I said everything that was on my mind, and maybe I will find a different game to spew my thoughts out to you while playing, or maybe I'm sticking with Spintires. I mean, I do really love the Spintires game and the trucks and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's kind of calming and soothing, as I said. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for this video. If I made you smile, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll have more madness for you the next time.